Accrual accounting and cash basis accounting are two different things. Accrual accounting means that income and expenses are recognized on the date of the invoice or the bill. Cash basis means that your income or expenses are recognized on the date the cash is received or spent. And those are completely two different things. And this is why there is a gap between what you read on your financial reports and how the money behaves inside your bank account and why it confuses so many small business owners. And ultimately, it's going to answer the question, where's all my money going? Hi, I'm Janet Mercredi, your Profitable CFO. So in today's video, I'm going to talk to you about the differences between accrual accounting and cash basis accounting. And we're going to talk about why your financial reports don't line up to your actual bank account. So here's an important note that you might not be aware of, and that is the Canada Revenue Agency requires that all businesses have to report their business on an accrual accounting basis, except for two. The only two exceptions to that rule are fishermen and farmers. That's it. Everybody else has to report their businesses on an accrual accounting basis. And the reason for that is simple. Their income is usually recognized at the same time a sale happens. So there generally isn't a long delay between when they're making the sale and when they're receiving the cash. So therefore, they're allowed to report their income and their expenses in the cash basis warrant. But for everyone else, accrual accounting is mandatory, which is exactly where this disconnect lives. So this is where it starts to matter for you. If you issue an invoice dated January the 1st, that income is recorded on January the 1st in your books. Even if the cash does not hit your bank account for, say, 30 or 60 days, your reports are still going to show that you made an income, even though your bank account may show zero. And that right there is the gap. And the reason being, it's because your bank account does not live in the accounting accrual world. It lives in a cash basis world. The reality is your bank account, it doesn't care when rent is due or when income is earned. It only knows whether there is money there or not. And that's why what you see on your reports often doesn't match what you feel in real life. So there's generally key areas between the two reports that you want to pay attention to. Number one, on your profit and loss, make sure that you have the correct filter of dates. I can't tell you how many times I've done it myself where I'm looking for an invoice that I knew that I had written and I had the wrong date sitting on my profit and loss. Number two, always understand that the number at the bottom of that profit and loss statement where it reads net income, that's only paper profit. And that again is the disconnect. Because that number is sitting on the bottom of our report, it's really easy for us to automatically think, well, that's my profit and that's what I should have in my bank account. But again, as we've just been explaining, it depends when that profit was accrued. So those are two key areas to think about when you're looking at the profit and loss. Make sure you have your date set correctly, and that net income number at the bottom is not real profit. That is paper profit. And that number is what the government is going to use to determine what you owe in taxes. Now, flip it to the balance sheet. The balance sheet has two key areas, and they're generally in the lower half of the balance sheet. The top half of the balance sheet are the assets, the middle part of the balance sheet are the liabilities, and then the bottom third of the balance sheet are the equity or the capital. In the liabilities section, that's where it is housed that the business, if it has credit card payments to make, GST, HST, PST payments, that's where car loans sit. That's where accounts payable sit to your regular vendors that you pay on a monthly basis. And that's where any bank loans are going to sit. And sometimes when we are looking at our reports, and let's just say it's a month after you've done the actual money transaction, you know that you're making payments on those loans. But it's really easy to forget when you're looking at a report a month later. So always look in your liabilities section to determine where your money was spent. And the last place to look is on your balance sheet. Look at your shareholder draws. Generally speaking, if you're a sole proprietor and you withdraw money from your bank, you should be recording them in the shareholder draw, which sits and lives on the balance sheet. And the reason for that is because as a sole proprietor, you're not allowed to put yourself on payroll. We can talk about that in another video. And in an incorporated business, you are allowed to put yourself on payroll. That's a different subject as well in another video. But if you're just taking draws out of the corporation, it's going to sit in your shareholder draw account. So that too, you could easily be making draws throughout the month. However, by the time you go to read these reports, it's really easy to forget that that's where all the money went. So those are the 4 key issues that I would say as to why your bank account does not match your financial reports, and 4 areas for you to focus on the next time you go to read your reports. Once you understand what the profit and loss looks like based on the dates of the filters and that the net income number at the bottom is not going to match your bank account, for reasons being that also money that's entered and left your bank account also show up on the balance sheet, that usually helps to solve the mystery of where my money's all going. So with that being said, my name is Janet Mercredi. I'm your Profitable CFO. My channel is here to help Canadian small business owners make sense of their numbers so that they can make better decisions about their time, their pay, and their profit. And if you like what you're hearing today, I encourage you to like and subscribe to my channel, and I'll catch you on the next video.